other factories producing the same product. This will lead to healthy competition. One will want to step up the game to make sure that his product is most preferred. And when this happens, we call it healthy competition among the industries. So this is enhanced when we have concentration or localization of industries in an area. And finally, it leads to inventions and innovations owing to the competition. Yeah, because of the competition, men will go into their closet and begin to think of what new thing to do to add up to their products to make it most preferable by the buyers. And this is enhanced by the competition among them. Now let's see the disadvantages of localization of industries. Localization of industry in an area, or the concentration of industry in an area, may lead to traffic, housing, and industrial or industries congestion. Because the more we have industry concentrated in an area, the more we have influx of people coming in as labor or workforce, and this will lead to traffic congestion, housing congestion, and the likes. Now, it also leads to shortage of social amenities. The little social amenities that are available in that area will have to be competed for by the influx of people coming into this area because of the concentration of industry. Now, it also leads to uneven development, mostly in areas where industries are not found. You will discover that in areas where there is concentration or there are concentration of industries, there will be more social amenities present in those areas, and people will tend to move towards those areas because there are job opportunities there. Now, in areas where there are no such industry, there's no concentration of industry in those areas, they may lack outrightly or completely these amenities, thus leading to uneven development. You can discover a clear cut, or you find out that there is a clear cut of development between these two areas, which is not good. And it can also lead to increase in crime rate. When people are all moving to a particular area because of the industry that are located there, it leads to population increase. And one effect of population increase is increase in crime rate. So when this happens, there is a tendency that the level of crime in that region will increase. And finally, it can cause environmental pollution. Yeah. Also, effect of increase in population is environmental population. As the number of persons in that area increase, so waste generation increases, and with our poor disposal system of waste, the environment is prone to pollution. Also, let's look at the contributions of industries to the economic development of any given nation or country. One is that it provides employment opportunities. It leads to infrastructural development and diversification of economy. There is also manpower development. The presence of industries in a place will lead to development of manpower. People will be brought in and trained. Like what is going on in Calabar, Cross River State now, the new government planning on industrializing the state, building a textile and clothing industry. And there is adequate arrangement to bring in professionals from outside the country to train people who are going to man the machines and equipment in that industry. So that explains one contribution of the localization or concentration of industries to the economic development of a country. There is transfer of technology. People who are professional, well-trained in one region can move over to another region and train new people to take over from there. And let's look at basic concepts of Geographic Information System, GIS. Today, GIS is gaining so much relevance that it is required in almost every facet of sciences. What is GIS? GIS is a system designed to capture, store, manipulate, analyze, manage, and also present all types of geographical data. What do we use GIS for? In engineering, we need GIS. In planning, by the urban and regional planners, we need GIS for town planning. Also in management, offices and organizations to take some management decisions. GIS is also useful in transport logistics. By transporters, they make use of GIS to draw certain logistics in transportation systems. It is also used in insurance or business and telecommunications. Now, what is this geographic data that we are talking about? The geographic data refers to any data which possesses locational characteristics. It is a group of data which can be collated and analyzed in order to obtain some basic geographic information. Now, let's consider now the application of GIS or application of geographical data. Just like we said before, geographic data is applied in city planning. All these people, the town planners, they need geographic data to carry out adequate city planning. Even in food prediction, emergency service routine, environmental assessment, as well as wind pattern monitoring. All these things require geographical data to do a thorough study or a thorough planning of them all. Now, let's see some examples of geographical data. Lines of rivers, lines for roads, lines for rails, points for buildings, points for boreholes, points for settlements, for towns, and points for farmland. They are all examples of geographic data. In case you may want to wonder what are these geographic data you're talking about. All these points or these lines we just mentioned, they are all geographic data, as simple as that. Now, how do we acquire geographic data? The sources of geographic data. We can acquire geographic data from satellite images. We can also acquire geographic data from existing maps and from land surveys. Also, geographic data can be obtained from socio-economic statistical records, photographs, aerial photographs, and from field works. Now, let's see what we mean by Geo Referencing. Geo Referencing means the process of scaling, routing, and translating an image to match a particular size and position. It also involves a scanning of maps, aerial photographs, satellite images and drafting with the aid of a computer. What are the importance of georeferencing? Georeferencing helps in making of aerial and satellite imagery. With the help of georeferencing, when you fly an aircraft over an area, maybe probably due to presence of forest, thick forest, maybe we have a project to map an area, but due to the presence of thick forest or the area is flooded and we cannot access it, we employ aircraft to take images from above, and then when we get these images, we begin to interpret them. It is going to give us the same feature that we would have gotten if we had done field work on the land. So georeferencing helps also in the making of aerial and satellite images, also in determination of actual location of a place, and also the determination of map orientation. It is useful in air travels, as well as